Hey guys, so same shirt, same makeup as in the last video because I'm filming these videos back to back because they're pretty quick. So what am I doing here? If I could only keep 5 eyeshadow palettes out of my collection, which ones would I choose and why? Okay, so number 1 and 2 are going to be the Melt Cosmetics palettes that came out at for holiday this past year. So the Vida and the Muerte palettes. These are sort of a unique formula. They're dry, which sounds bad. They're dry, stiff, and crazy pigmented because they're pressed pigments. I don't have the boxes anymore, but I'm pretty sure that they've got to be pressed pigments because they're crazy pigmented. So I would choose both of these as 2 out of the 5 palettes. And this is the color scheme of Muerte. So you've got a shimmery aqua, a matte aqua. You've got a matte blue, another matte blue, but just different shades. And then you've got a shimmery blue right here. Then you've got a matte burgundy, a matte red, a shimmery red, or is this matte? Wait a minute. No, that's matte. And then you've got a shimmery gold. So you've only got 1, 2, 3 shimmers in here. My one criticism of my Melt palettes, these are the only 2 I have, is that there's not an even distribution of mattes to shimmers. I wish that they had more shimmers in their palettes. I feel like maybe the formula on the mattes is a little bit better, and I think that's why they do that. But when I do an eye look, I prefer to do a shimmer on the lid and a matte in the crease, so I don't do an all matte look that often. But these colors, this color scheme is just stunning. I love it. Okay, so that's Muerte. And then Vida, what you get in Vida is you get a shimmery green, then you get like a matte lime green, a matte yellow, and then you get some neutrals here. You get 3 matte browns, but all different shades, you know, like a medium, a dark, and a light brown. And then you get a couple of matte oranges in different tones and depths, and those 2 right there. Then you get a shimmery orange that's sort of a reddish orange, and then you get a matte red. So I think the color scheme on this is beautiful too. I think that was very smart of them to release 2 full-size palettes like this, because once I bought one, I think I bought the Muerte first, then it was like, all right, I have to have the Vida too, because I feel like a lot of people would, if they enjoyed the first one, they just couldn't not get the second one, especially where they were for holiday and limited edition. You know, you didn't want to think about it too long because of that FOMO type situation. So those are 2 of the 5 that I would choose. And then the next one I would choose is my Mini Controversy palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. A lot of people didn't like this palette because they thought that the color story was weird on it. And granted, it is a weird color story, but that's precisely why I like it. Because with most palettes, they have predominantly one color scheme. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I like the Melt palettes, for the same reason why I like this palette. You can do a lot with it. You can go in a lot of different directions. Because when you look at this, you know, you immediately notice the blues and the purple. But then you've also got a pink, And this is a super pale blue. So you've got 3 blues, a real pale pink, a purple, there's your neutral, it's just a matte brown. This is like shimmery burgundy, I would say. This color is kind of hard to describe. It's sort of like, I want to say platinum gold, but it's really not. Um, it's like a gold, but it's sort of a tannish color. I don't know. It's really, really unique shadow. And then this is just a matte beige. So you've got a wide variety of things in here. I think, yeah, I think this is a strange palette indeed. But I really like the texture of these shadows. They're not as dry as the melt ones are. They just have the perfect balance of wet to dry in them. It's just a very nice formula. But I mean, if I was going to customize this, I would tweak it a bit. Like I would make this shade a little bit lighter and a little bit cooler so that it would look better with these blues. And then I would make this beige a little bit lighter so it wasn't so yellow and it was more beige. And I don't know, that's just my opinion. But yeah, this would be one of my 5 that I would keep. Okay, the next palette that I would choose is the collaboration that Jeffree Star did with Morphe, the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette. I would choose this. This palette is predominantly golds, peaches, and pinks, with just a very few other things mixed in, because this whole row right here are all golds. And then you've got tons of peaches here, and then a couple more over here. There's another gold right there. You've got some greens, some browns, some pinks and reds, a couple of oranges, a silver, and a black. So there aren't really a ton of colors in here because he got kind of repetitious with the golds. I don't understand why anybody would need 6 golds in one palette, but maybe that's just me because gold isn't like one of my favorite eyeshadow colors. But when I started playing with all these peaches, then I was like, okay, because the peaches and the golds do really pair well together, and these peaches are all, ugh. And I'm not even really a peach eyeshadow person, but these are so nice, and they do go really well with the golds. And then, of course, you've got your browns that you can mix in to deepen things up a bit. But there are cool shades in here too, you know? You've got pinks and reds and silver and black and that the greens, and well, that green is cooler, that one is warmer. This is sort of a mixture of green and gold. But yeah, I really like this, and some of you might be wondering if this is still available. It is. I think it was limited edition, but they still have it in stock at Ulta, as far as I know. I don't feel as if the formula suffers because it's Morphe, because Jeffree Star's formula is really nice, and this is Morphe's formula, but I think they did a great job with this. I feel like the formula on these is just fine. I don't have any problems or issues with it at all. And then the last palette that I would choose is also a Morphe palette. It's the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. This is what I'm wearing today. And I had the Volume 1 palette too. And I prefer this because it's got a bit more color to it. The Volume 1 palette was a ton of neutrals with just like, I think it had maybe 4 shadows that were bright colors. So this time she incorporated more bright colors, but you still have neutrals, you still have basics in there that you can work a number of different ways. In case you're curious, I have Bougie is what I have on my lids, and then I used Perfectionist in the crease, and then I also ran Bougie along my lower lash line, and I have a brown eyeliner on the waterline. But yeah, it's just a bit more interesting of a palette, I think, than the first one was. More colorful, more of a variety of shadows in there. And the formula is great. I like Morphe's formula. I like Jeffree Star's formula a little bit better. Melts, I wish they weren't quite as dry because you have to be very careful when you work with them. But it's worth the effort though, because I feel like some of the colors that are in these palettes are quite unique to my collection. And yeah, when they put out palettes, there's always some unique colors in there. So what would you choose if you could only keep 5 eyeshadow palettes from your collection? This was really hard to do because I do have other palettes that I really like. But, you know, if push came to shove and this was all I could keep for whatever reason, these are the 5 I would go with. So that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.